Now I'm going to show you how you can build within your base a very strong energetic foundation as a golden pyramid. So this is a natural geometrical and energetic phenomena that everyone is capable of experiencing. The golden pyramid is a structure that your body and your field will instantly recognize, because it is a structure that makes up your body. Firstly, you can see the outline of the golden pyramid depends on your seated position. So by sitting with a very long spine and a straight spine, you will be able to achieve, first of all, the pillar, the midline in the center. And then by allowing yourself to sit cross-legged, maybe not like this yogi, which may require more open hips, but if you can sit in a seated position like this, you will also achieve a balanced base. And this is why the structural balance within your body is really important, because if you end up with one hip, for example, the right hip higher than the other, then what will happen to your base is it will look more like that. And this affects the way your energy flows. So you imagine the golden pyramid, the base of the golden pyramid is now like this. It's very difficult for you to ground deeper consistently if your structure looks like this. You will find yourself with tension here and almost leaking energy or unable to harness the energy down here, and that will affect your grounding. So the first step is to really allow yourself to practice sitting like this. If it's really a struggle, you can also lie down and try to lie down flat with awareness on your pelvis. And when it comes to working with the breath, the first thing that you're going to do is become aware of your womb space, your genitals, and your heart. When you bring awareness, not just with your mind, but with your felt sense, to your core, it makes it much easier to achieve subtle energetic experiences that can also be very profoundly supportive for your system. The first thing that you're going to do is start building the golden pyramid. So in order to build this pyramid, you're bringing your awareness from your mind up here, you're bringing it down through the heart, through the womb, and into the ground. So that's how you start. Bring awareness straight down your midline. The next thing to do is you're going to bring awareness up. You're going to start bringing awareness up from the roots through to the crown. So you have now this up and down flow, this up and down mechanism, and this is the same pattern that is reflected physiologically in your fluids, with cerebrospinal fluid flowing up and down the spine, which is very necessary for your detoxification of your body, your energetics, your lymphatics and glymphatic system, and for your brain health. So learning how to move fluid up and down your spine by bringing awareness from the crown down to the roots and from the roots back up. And the key is to don't expect this to happen straight away. Just you will first notice where the energy starts veering off in different directions. So as you do this practice, you may notice that on your way down, you're getting stuck in the throat and all your awareness is going out here and energy is leaking. You might go, when I get to my heart, I'm getting stuck here. And then when I try to come further down, the first thing I meet is my stomach. Here. then you might go, oh, okay, I'm going to come down to the roots. And what I'm noticing here in the roots is more blocks. So as you can see, this is now how your midline will appear or feel to you. So when you've got this going on, these are just indications of blocks. And blocks are only showing you your healing, the healing work that you need to do. So this is useful. The practice of bringing awareness to where energy is not flowing is just as useful as the practice of understanding and aspiring towards a harmonization of your inner energetics. So it's very important to recognize, why are you moving off into these areas? What is the significance of the heart and the stomach and the roots and the throat? Why are you getting stuck in these places? What does it feel like? And what is this feeling telling you about yourself, about what you're holding? Insight. So this is how you can essentially learn about yourself, generate insight and self-heal during meditation. You're always becoming aware of where your blocks are and why they're there. And these blocks are very powerful teachers. When you've done this over a consecutive period of time, and that will look different for all of us, and every day is different, you will generally start to experience, especially if you're doing this every day as a practice, you generally start to experience more consistency with regards to your midline, where your energy is going. Building the golden pyramid requires you to have some consistency. It's just like building a house. If your bricklaying skills are inconsistent, if you're not really too sure about what the ground looks like or what's in the way or what tools you've got, if you're really uncertain, it becomes very difficult to build the foundations of a house. It becomes very difficult to then build anything on top of that. So getting this in place first, this centralized awareness of where your energy is going, what your blocks are, is really going to help you to build consistently your energetic foundation. This golden triangle is something that you're going to build by first recognizing the right side and the left side of your body pertain to the masculine and the feminine. So the right side is your masculine side and the left side is your feminine side. And the right side of your body generally is what you're going to use to be giving, and the left side is how you're going to be receiving. So it doesn't matter what gender you are. These are energetic phenomena. You will receive through the left side of your body more easily than you will receive through the right side of your body, and that is how we are almost in some degree designed. So you're going to utilize this to build your golden pyramid. Your golden pyramid is going to run from your heart downwards to your base, through your womb, and also encompass your genitals. As you can see, the base here is solid. So women who are watching this, you will have ovaries, and men testicles. And these are also part of the foundations. So physiologically, these are also part of the foundations. And you're going to be using these because these store energy. They're capable of storing very deep wells of energy as well. So what you're doing here is, from your heart space, you're going to be exhaling down the right side. And you can exhale down the right side straight into your womb, or you can try exhaling down into your right ovary. And then you're inhaling up. So exhale and inhale. So feel into your heart center. Use your breath and gently take your breath exhaling down the right, inhaling up the left. When you try to do that a few times, you'll start to notice it creates a natural circuit. And then you're going to start working with the roots, with the base. When you get here into your womb, you will want to recognize that this is a storehouse of energy. So what you want to do then is take your heart energy, exhaling down into the womb. So these are your emotions, your life experiences, etc., your intelligence. You bring it down, your conditions really. You bring it down into the womb. Womb is a void. Ultimately, it's a transmutation field, and it will transmute everything through the stillness. This is why it's important to heal your womb. When the womb is empty and is a void, anything that comes into it gets dissolved. So therefore, what you're receiving when you inhale is emptiness, is nothingness. Think of it like I guess an analogy could be recycling in a way. You're taking what you've experienced, you're exhaling it down. You arrive at womb awareness. What's here? Nothing. Wonderful. Liberation. Then you start inhaling up. You're inhaling up emptiness. When you keep doing this, eventually your heart will feel clear, because you're taking everything from your heart and essentially you're imprinting it with nothing. And what we're used to doing, most often the way that we live, is that we take from our heart our feelings, we take them through the mind, we build here, we build and create more stories and mazes and confusion, and then we take our thoughts and they go back into the heart, amplifying confusion in the heart. So when we are up here in our heads, in our ego, not using our breath, not using the intelligence of our inner energetics, we will create more density, because we don't have access to this void, this nothingness, this emptiness, this stillness. We don't have anything that's going to essentially help us dissolve ourselves and our conditions. So when I talk about the void of womb, that's what I'm talking about. And your breath is a very powerful way to, over time and through practice, daily practice, develop this powerful golden pyramid structure. And when you have this, your energy field will feel anchored, strong, vibrant, and deeply intelligent. And when we look inside ourselves and experience our own inner energetics, and they are harmonized, and we feel that strength that comes from this very deep place, not that comes from a sense of, oh yeah, I'm a really strong person in my mind. When our strength comes from down here, it's embodied. It's an embodied strength. It's a real, tangible, useful, sustainable quality. Because we're used to hearing this notion of, oh yeah, I'm really strong-minded, yeah, I've got a really strong mind, but that doesn't actually mean anything if your body and your energetics are not also reflective of that strength. So thinking now about how you can incorporate this into your daily practice, what will then happen is the next time you go to sit in meditation, after a series of building your foundations and noticing where energy is leaking and what is distracting you, what you will notice over time is that every time you go to sit down, there will be a natural holographic imprint. You'll feel it immediately. You'll be like, oh, okay, there's my pyramid, my golden pyramid is there, and then it will take less time for you to do that. It will be very, very quick. You just sit down and bam, you're in. And as soon as you're in, that's when you're going to start to feel the way you want to feel. And you can bring this to your day, you can bring this to your work, because you're grounded, you're feeling strong, you're feeling resourced, and that's really when we end up allowing ourselves to do the best that we are really capable of. So try this as a practice. Just to recap the steps for you, the first step is your spine and your seated position. So I'll write spine and seat. Get that sorted first. Then ground. If your spine and your seat only go up to here, and then your spine starts to get wobbly and crooked out here, it's going to be very difficult for you to build this golden pyramid consistently. First, work on that midline, feeling all the way down. Don't worry too much about going up here into the crown space yet. It's more important for you to go into the roots. Then you can start to use your breath. Use your breath to go up and down the spine. Once you're using your breath and you're consistently going up and down the spine, this is going to become very, very strong, this midline. It becomes like a pillar, like a tree. Once you've done that, that's when you can really start to build the pyramid. Using your breath, recognizing the right and left side of your body, feminine and masculine side, to give, to send, to direct with the masculine, to receive, to feel with the feminine, the left side. And then you're going to work directly with your heart, with your womb, with your genitals, to build this felt sense here. Use the breath. As you use the breath, this will become more obvious to you. You visualize as well. Visualize this happening. Then you're in. And if you get to this point consistently and you're feeling and you're even perhaps seeing the golden pyramid within your energetic system, and you're feeling anchored, still, empty, you've emptied your heart, and it may be an emotional process for sure. That's kind of the point of it. Clearing the emotions from the heart, accessing the stillness of the void, sitting in the roots and the womb. This void will eventually be, at the beginning it will be quite small, but eventually it will be a huge, huge void. And the bigger the void gets, the more you can transmute from the heart in, and the more emptiness you feel coming out. So gradually your womb space will start to expand. The space, the empty space that you have inside you will begin to expand. And this is where a lot of men start to get confused, because they access the void very quickly or easily, and then they start to feel this sense of loss or emptiness, or nothing really means anything, and the things I used to really value before, like going out with my friends and making loads of money, like I don't really value those things anymore, and I'm feeling maybe I'm having a crisis. You're not having a crisis, you're evolving spiritually, and you're detaching, and you're accessing a deeper space of nothingness. And in this nothingness you can create the things that are really meaningful to you, and those things might look completely different to what you created before you had this embodied womb awareness.